know the environment matters to us here at WUSA 9, and now the district is working to make bikes even greener. They just launched a pilot program to install solar power panels at some of the electric bike charging stations. Our Jess Arnold is at one of those locations in Georgetown now with more on why they decided to invest in this.
Yeah, right now we're standing in front of one of the 4 new solar power charging stations. You can see those panels over here that are collecting that solar energy throughout the day and feeding it through to these docking stations when the e-bikes are parked here. Now they're anticipating that this is going to be an overnight process where you dock the bike and then that solar energy that's been collected throughout the day will be fed into that battery to hopefully then make sure it's ready to go when people want to use it the next day. Now when it comes to the goals for this program, it's two-part. It's one, to reduce the emissions of the process of charging these e-bikes, because right now the replacement batteries are driven around by trucks throughout the city. And then the other goal with it is to reduce the amount of time that bikes are out of commission as they await those batteries. I spoke with the man at DDOT whose brainchild this was about the process and his goals.
What we're trying to do is fairly complicated. We're trying to collect enough solar power to recharge the batteries of e-bikes. The way that we've been recharging those batteries is simply by plugging them into the normal power grid at a warehouse facility, and then we load them up into a truck. They get driven to the bicycle. When the bicycle runs out of batteries, then they get swapped in the field. So whether solar collection is viable in our area to create, enough power to charge the e-bikes, it's just going to take a lot of time to see that operational impact.
Aaron Goldbeck said it'll be about 6 months until they can accurately assess how well the program is faring. But the e-bike transportation system impacts a lot of people throughout the DMV. Goldbeck says they have about 2,500 of these e-bikes on the streets right now, and ridership of the entire Capital Bike Share system has broken every record this year. And of course, we all want to know how much this is costing taxpayers. Earlier this year, D.C. announced a $375,000 grant to Lyft, which operates these stations with DDOT to add the solar panels. Now, they said that this money comes out of the American Rescue Plan Act funding. Now, once they assess how effective this program is, Goldbeck hopes it's good news and that they'll be adding more of these solar panels to charging stations throughout the Capital Bike Share system, and it all leads to the district's overall goal of reducing the amount of driving and encouraging more people to cycle and to walk as they move around the city. For now, I'm in Northwest DC. Jess Arnold, WUSA 9.